Hello everyone, welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm super excited for today. This is going to be so much fun. My name is VooDoo Val, and I'm going to be your host and also co-guest for this episode of the Design
Heck
Off.
yeah.
Heck yeah! And I am joined by the wonderful and awesome Ms. Anna Daviscourt. How are you?
Hey. I'm just so great. We finally get to stream together.
You are the only person I've ever been on that also does finger guns. Non-ironically, this is yes, pew pew pew. Yeah,
I'm gonna do the lasso.
So like, just oh my god, can I reel it in? Can I? Oh, this is. I hope that this is exactly what they show the next time they're like, hey, come over to Behance and see what we're doing over here. It's just us fishing and finger lasers.
Why not? Mimes are a cool thing, so
let's just mime. We could just get in the. We're both doing it. We're both doing it. It's happening. I'm voguing.
I'm trapped in a glass box of emotion.
Yes, I'm trapped in a glass box of emotion. So this is pretty much what you can expect for the next hour.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Get ready for it. Tom's like on fire. Yes. So, welcome to the Design Off with VooDoo Val and Anna Daviscourt. We are super excited to be here. Clearly, we're very pumped.
I am so pumped. I have adrenaline.
Yes. Okay, no, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This is the energy I wanted for today. So first of all, before I jump into like intros and basically what this show is all about, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mr. Kyle T. Webster. You are fabulous and wonderful, and it is always a pleasure watching your show beforehand. Celia's like, oh no, oh yeah, like big Kool-Aid energy today, Celia. You have no idea.
Oh my God,
yes,
big Kool-Aid energy. I love it. Break a wall.
Yes, exactly.
Replenish kids' hydration.
That is exactly what we did. Before the camera started rolling, we both jumped through a wall and landed in our chairs, prepared for the stream. So basically what the Design Off is every week I have an awesome guest with me, and we design according to a theme. So today, Anna and I are going to be doing portraits, like fantasy portraits of each other, which is going to be fun. Yeah. And all of you folks at home are welcome to join us. As we do every week, you guys can use the hashtag Adobe Live Design Off and share any of the work that you do according to our theme with us on Instagram and Twitter, because tomorrow at the end of the stream, as like a last awesome hurrah for this 2-episode session, I'm going to pull up those social media platforms and I'm going to look through the hashtag and give you guys a shout out and a spotlight and highlight the work that you've done with us. So since our topic for today, like I said, is like fantasy portraits, you guys can choose to do fantasy portraits of yourselves. You can do fantasy portraits of other people. You guys can make some new friends in the chat and learn about them and do portraits of them. Or you guys, I'm giving you permission to do portraits of me. Please be kind. And I feel like I can speak on Anna's behalf and say draw Anna too, but just in case you have the...
Don't look at me. Don't do anything with me now.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me in the eyes.
Don't look at me. It's dangerous. So, yes.
No, yeah, draw me however you want.
Please do fantasy portraits of us if you like, or fantasy portraits of other people if you like, and post them because we want to see them. Real quick, Anna, why don't you kind of give everybody a quick intro of you? I know that you're super awesome and everybody in the world knows about you already. That face, that's what I was just looking for that face right there. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody a little bit about you, what you love to do, and what you're all about. Let us know your favorite pizza, and if it has pineapple on it, the stream ends now. The stream ends now.
Well, I can't say that pineapple would be on it, although pineapple on the side, I'm down.
Okay.
Favorite pizza would be something vegetarian. I am vegetarian, but like in a way where it's like heavily laden with vegetables, but no broccoli. Okay, I've talked about this on my stream. I don't like broccoli on pizza. But like artichoke hearts, olives, like Mediterranean, anything. Oh, no.
That sounds good. Yes, I want that in GIF form right there. No.
All right, we'll animate stickers for it, put it on Insta or something. But hi, I'm Anna Daviscourt. I am a children's book illustrator. I am full of energy, so hi, sorry for that if you're in a chill mood. But yeah, I definitely work on children's books mostly. I've also done board games. I've done a lot of streaming lately. I'm here on Behance, and then for Lightbox I actually just stream too. I don't want to like make it just that I do one thing. So if you follow along with my art, you're going to see a whole heck of a lot of things, especially coming up. There's a lot of Halloween themes.
Yes, me
so
too.
I'm excited about that. And this, because this is fantasy, which I think encompasses all of the Halloween-y vibes and also just the entirety of the fantasy worlds. So I'm so ready for this. Anything magical and whimsical and that spreads positivity, that's what I'm about. So
awesome.
Yay.
This is perfect. I'm gonna pop over here.
Wait, 1 second. I just want to say Black Lives Matter and remember to register to vote. That's really important. I want to say at the top and the bottom.
Yes.
All the things.
All right. So I'm gonna pop over here to the dual stream thing we got here because we both have like sketches prepared. I've got this sketch of Anna, like the lines and stuff. Not really clean lines,
sketches
but
prepared.
sketches prepared. Well, mostly because as I was telling Anna before the show began that I didn't know if she would be cool with me like struggling through an hour of like nightmare Annas. Trying to make her face.
Little did she know that's what I've always wanted.
Yes.
An hour
I've always
of nightmare
wanted
Annas.
to be Nightmare Anna.
Just give me red little points for eyes. That's all I've ever wanted.
Little baby horns and some little wings. It'll be great.
Oh heck yeah.
But yeah, so I've prepared like a little sketch and I'm gonna dive into like painting and things because I want to make sure since I'm doing like a painting that I have time to add all the fantasy stuff because I'm trying to like give you a flower crown for this segment and I also want to hide like little animals in your hair, I feel like, because
make it a rat's nest.
Make it a rat's nest. You seem like you would be like the kind of like fantasy witch that would be like, I am not a mean witch, I'm like the witch of adorable creatures that hang out like in my witch hut.
Definitely a druid. Yeah. I am all about that nature, the animals. I would love to talk to animals, although I do thoroughly understand that they probably wouldn't say much of use.
Maybe
but
you have no idea.
To. I mean, I hope it's like
you need to make a dope net. Let me just hook you up with this tutorial. The spider's got like his brushes, and he's like, so this is a fan brush, and we're gonna take this.
Perfect.
These spiders like YouTube tutorials.
That's what I'm why is it spiders? Why spiders? Just no.
I'm sorry. I love spiders. I think especially
you love
this like jumping spiders are like the adorable old men of like the spider world. They're just like cute.
My gosh.
They all look like the old man from Up to me. So,
oh my gosh, yes. I love that. Okay. Yeah, I mean I can loosely see that. It's a very odd comparison, but I love that you think that way.
Thank you. I'm trying to change the idea of spiders everywhere. That's what I'm.
I mean, they are lovely outside. That's what I'll say. Is like they do their job. They do it well.
Where they live.
Yeah, basically. But this is one of the reasons why I didn't really sketch out much. You guys can see. Is because I wanted to ask you about stuff like this. Like, what do you imagine as your accoutrement in a fantasy world? If you were a D&D character, or if you were in Lord of the Rings, or if you were in Halloween Land, like, what do you think would be your favorite go-to like attributes?
So lots of purples because I don't know how, like, if we're keeping this like straight high fantasy or if we're going
whatever the heck you want. I don't care.
Because if there's room for a lightsaber, like I mean
God,
if we're gonna I mean I'm sure everyone's surprised. But I would be into that, and I feel like the rest you can kind of just like do what you like. I like spooky stuff, I'm VooDoo Val, so it has to be a little bit creepy. But like purple and lightsabers is, if I get to choose what is present, those are the two things that I have to holler at. That's
gotcha. Okay, so do you have any, like, if you had wings, what kind of wings would they be?
Ooh, if I had wings, they'd either be like dragonfly wings or bat wings. Like, so you can kind of choose here, because bat wings would be dope, but I feel like if I had dragonfly wings, they would be the kind of wings that like also had dust coming off of them constantly, like really pretty, like fairy dust.
Yeah, totally. I love it.
Which would be like the sweetest, cutest, most adorable defense mechanism in the world. Because I'd just like octopuses have ink, I'd just like dust away and just gone in a flash. Boom.
Oh heck yeah.
And
I love it.
Yeah, now your nose itches. Whatever will you do?
I feel like it could be sleeping powder. You just leave everybody in your wake just to sleep.
Like Jigglypuff, but I take flight. Oh Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
I would ask you to do that one more time for me, but I feel like if I did, it wouldn't be as genuine.
As good.
So I'm just going to wait for it to happen again. Okay.
Okay. At some point in the stream, bring up sleep very coyly, and then like I will do that.
I'll be like, so sleep, and then lean into the camera.
Or just, or just be like, so what's your favorite Pokemon?
So what? I mean, would it happen to be like an adorable, cute, round ball of rage? That's which is basically Jigglypuff, right?
Faces. Absolutely, always. Come on. Okay, so I have to think about this for a second. Lightsaber, purples. Purple's easy peasy. Yeah. Come on. You exude purple, so got that. Do you want to be in children's booky style or more realistic? What do you think? If you were to like commission me a piece or something that you wanted to be your avatar.
If I was gonna commission a piece from you, I would want it in like Anna Daviscourt children's book style. I would, because like that's some of my favorite stuff that you have done. So I'm like, yes, please do it this way. So that's that's what I would choose.
All right, excellent. Like we're going full Anna Daviscourt-y.
Yes.
I love it. And hi, Sam, by the way, I see you in the chat. And Chad and Celia. Hi, friends. Oh my gosh.
Santa G says spiders are cool. I never kill or evacuate them.
Spiders
yes.
Cool.
I do consider taking care of any gnats or flies in my home as paying rent for spiders sometimes. Unless they're not cute spiders, then I'm just like, you are out of here. You are not allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paloma says, I was on a Zoom call and a spider decided to come down and say, hey, I almost fell out of my chair. That sucks. So, story time. There is a video of me floating around on the internet somewhere, and this is like one of those moments in my life where I tell people about it because I'm super embarrassed and I don't want them to find it before I explain it. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I love this lead up.
So I mean, a lot of people in chat probably know that I stream on Twitch, or used to stream on Twitch like super regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was discovered very organically that I am horrified of mosquito eaters. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah.
I hate them. So we like discovered this when one of them just decided to come up from the back of my main computer monitor and just fly itself over to my face and try to put all of its legs on my face. And
gosh,
there is
right
a
for the
video,
face.
Yeah, there's a video of me leaping out of my chair and throwing myself backwards off camera and then coming back up onto camera with like a shoe in my hands, like armed. And it was like, it just kind of happened, and then afterward I got like a message on Twitter from several people like, by the way, we clipped this, we found it. And I'm like, oh.
By the way, you will never live this down.
Yeah, now if I ever have kids, they know what I fear the most, and they get to see this on the internet. This is great. Any in-laws I'm ever gonna have will be like, this girl? This is the one? Ah, okay. I'm like, great, that's immortalized on the net forever.
Gotta have it. Yeah,
Reverb Mike, it is like a flying daddy long legs. That's exactly what it is. With no coordination. With no coordination whatsoever. They don't really know
they're
what
so
they're doing.
like lopey and weird. Like they'll come at you and it's not an elegant creature.
It's really not. It's really not. It's like if somebody gave like a frog a pair of wings and was like, just have at it, dude, take flight. That's exactly what it would be like.
No, there have actually been recent pictures on the internet of like moths or butterflies that have landed on frogs' backs and they have like the wings coming out, so it looks like the frogs have wings, and it's really cool.
That's actually kind of amazing.
I do imagine that they would like, I don't know, jump and then try to fly and then like land awkwardly.
Yeah, they would
too
be
heavy
like,
for their own wings.
This is not like being a tadpole at all. No, it's
yeah,
not.
how dare.
Yeah,
Why is life so unfair?
How do I do this? That is exactly
I was just
what
saying
it would
that
be like.
I was telling you that we have tadpoles that just are actively turning into frogs in the creek next to my house, and so I feel so bad for them when the smoke, because imagine being a tadpole. You have these water-breathing lungs, these gills, and then you're adapting your first air-breathing lungs so that you can live above water, and you just breathe in smoke. Like, oh,
you're like,
no.
Ah, yes, my first venture into the up world. And then
it reminds me
you
of...
get up there, and it's like, this is awful.
This isn't what I said it was gonna be.
This is not what I was promised.
And it reminds me of that song Radioactive, where the first thing is like it's like the poor frog is just like, this is life, I guess.
This is from Santa G. I just recently learned that zombie fungus spiders exist. Wow, that is like an excellent piece of like horror that I did not know about, but I also hope I'd never encounter that. It sounds like spiders, but The Last of Us, and I don't like that. I don't like it. You just found the video? No, don't just find the video. I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have been quiet.
Well, you brought this upon yourself.
I did.
Okay. It's just how it works. It's the internet.
Sam says, just fly straight and quick, bashing into everything like a deranged zombie. Am I right, Val? Yes, that is exactly what it's like.
They're telling where an object is by bumping into it.
Like echolocation, but not at all. Is basically what it's like.
Body location.
Yeah, I'm just like, can you do a better job, please?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Man. That is rough, but life is what it is. We all have our fears. Mine is definitely spiders, which I think they more easily get into the house than like what do you call them? Mosquito eaters. I've heard them called many different things.
They're like mosquito hawks. I call them awful.
Yeah.
I just
just awful.
Just really bad.
Unfortunate creatures. But yeah, the latest actually frightening experience with a spider was I wasn't wearing my glasses, and my vision is pretty dang bad. I was sitting on the couch painting on the iPad. James is actually playing Magic with our friends. It comes up again. Nice. And I was like, James, what is that? And he had luckily just died in Magic. So he was just sitting around, and he looks up and he's like, and I was like, James, what is that? And he's like, it's a giant spider. And he said it literally was like a quarter size, but the legs went outside the quarter.
No. See, that's the kind of spider that would not be allowed in my house. That's like danger sized. That's an
intruder. That's
I know. That's a home invasion. That's not a regular spider.
Okay.
That is a monster that could like arm wrestle me if it wanted to, and I'm not cool with that. I'm not into that kind of spider at all.
Exactly. So that kind of thing is exactly why I'm afraid of spiders. Like little ones, sometimes I've even had them on myself when I was outside, and I would just flick them off and it wouldn't be a big deal. Other times I'm literally like crying curled up, like I can't deal with this being alive in my presence. I've slept in the bathtub before because there was a spider in my room as a kid, and I was just like, no. I'm not gonna be in this room.
I once found a spider in my bed, and I was like, well, I'm up now. It's 12:23 in the morning, and I'm up. So
absolutely, yeah, that's not cool. That's spider, go home. Yeah. Spider, go home.
Why are you here? You're not even paying rent. You're not like the other spiders.
You're no good.
You have not asked to be here.
Absolutely, but that's the nature of
like
fears. Is like
with your face.
With your face.
With your face. That's exactly what it was like.
Exactly.
Not fun at all.
And just not fair. You know, you're a nice person. You do nice things, and then you get this. Like, this is your life. How dare.
You should be writing a letter to the spider board on my behalf. To the board of
your
Daddy
mosquito hawks and spiders.
Wings.
Yeah. Totally.
Just to help me out. If anyone else wants to write a letter, that would be great. Dear strange creatures that are gross and bad, please leave VooDoo Val alone. She's a very nice girl who has done nothing wrong. That's how it should begin.
I agree, absolutely, and they would stop. You know, if they just knew.
If they knew. If we just could speak with them and just be like, we don't want you here. It's not.
Which comes back full circle to the power of speaking with animals.
Yes, totally. Like right back. Oh my gosh, this is great.
How did we do it?
We didn't plan this, or did we? Ha ha ha. We're both winking right now, just so you know. You can't see me, but we're both winking.
Are we the same person, or is this just a hive mind?
Did we just become best friends? Quick, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh golly, now I really want to answer that.
Yeah, not like seriously. What is your favorite dinosaur actually?
Unfortunately, like I know some technical names of dinosaurs. I actually did a dinosaur children's book last
year.
You
can honestly just describe one to me, and I'll probably know what it is.
But it's the underwater dinosaur, the super long necked with like little paddle fins. Know what I mean?
I almost just said a completely fictional like meme dinosaur name that actually isn't real. I almost just said it, but I'm not gonna say it. And just like meme culture is upon us. I know what you're talking about though.
Okay, good.
But I lied. I don't know what that one's called.
I don't know either. Is the thing, and also the like actual artist renderings of it are not as cute as I want it to be.
Oh, really?
It's like a predator, an underwater predator, and I just want it to be like a nice lopey herbivore where it's not hurting anyone. That's my thing. Okay, so with like the Jurassic Park movies, I love everything. I mean, I love the movie just in general, but I love the area, like the areas of the movie where they're just wowed, where they're just like they do travel in herds and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want a movie full of that, where it's just like, wow, these are cool creatures.
Just a movie for the kids who love dinosaurs, where it's just like them getting to see the dinosaurs and be like, oh my god, it's exactly like I thought it would be. Exactly, just lots of noises
that's
like
me
that.
At the theater.
Because that's how I would. Well, no, I take it back. If I were in Jurassic Park, you know, like if I was if Jurassic Park was real, first of all, there would be no movie because they'd be like, Val, do you want to go to Jurassic Park? I'm like, that sounds like a horrible idea. I know how that would go, so I would stay home. But in the event that somebody got me to go to Jurassic Park, it would also still not be a very long movie because as soon as I got there, I'd see like, you know, the long necks. I'd be like, oh, Littlefoot, this is cool. You know, and then I would see like all the nice dinosaurs, and the moment they took me to like the raptor pen, I'd be like, I'm going home. Please cancel my hotel stay.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Science bad right now. Bad. And the movie would be over, and they'd be like, what happened to our main gal? And like, she got wise real quick and figured out what we had planned.
Before we took her arms off, come on. That's
I know. It just no. I would not be there for very long. I'd be like, yeah, you guys made some actual nightmares in this place.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home. However, I would like a children's show spin-off that's just that cool DNA guy that just goes dinosaurs from the first movie.
Dino DNA.
DNA. Like I would like that. That would be cool. Which reminds me, I actually years ago, I've never forgotten this because I feel like it's something I should be able to put on my resume, but I can't because it'd be dumb to do. But I'm still proud of it, like the stuff I have on my resume. I got a tweet from Barbasol.
I got a tweet
because I made a Jurassic Park joke because they made a tweet about like their new like canister design or whatever. And they're like great for shaving, and I was like also great for like smuggling dinosaur DNA. And they were like, "You were right," and I was like, "Ah, you watch the same shows as me, and you remember that you guys did that." That's great.
I love it. Oh my gosh, did they actually pay to be like an ad in that movie?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But it was a win. It was a win for sure.
Absolutely. That's huge. I love it though. You're so clever. That's great.
And I was just joking. I was like, here I am, a lowly Twitter user with an egg still as my user picture. And they were like, we are going to highlight you. And I was like, who, me? Yeah, you. It's like, wow.
That's you.
Thanks, Barbasol.
Oh, Barbasol. Who knew? Who knew that would be your key to fame?
Very memey over there at the Barbasol HQ.
I love it so much. Like, that is something where you should, I don't know, everybody should have like their internet hall of fame. Like, did you get your 15 minutes? Yep. You know, did you do something? I remember one time, okay, so the studio I used to work at, almost like a day I went through working there without knowing this fact, and I've heard it so many times since. So they were like, actually, we were on the front page of Reddit one time.
Really?
And they were so proud of that because it was a prank that they had pulled on one of the managers. They had put chia seeds in his keyboard and they had sprouted while he was away. So it looked like his keyboard was like alive with plants. And so a picture of that got to the front page of Reddit. And so they never forgot that. They were like, yeah, that's right.
That was us. We did that. You made this?
And I was like, I had actually seen that before. That's amazing. And they were like, yeah, so
That's
proud.
so cool. I don't know if he maybe thought that was cool because he had a keyboard full of chia seeds. I don't know how I would feel about that, but still awesome. Still awesome.
He could afford another keyboard if he wanted it. He probably needed it anyway.
Right.
But
you can get a
it's
new
just one of those things. Yeah, I mean, once you're a manager of the company, they're like, oh, hey, we've got 15 keyboards over here. It's not a big deal. But if it, like, I think that he really liked it much more because of the Reddit fame. Yeah, for sure. So funny though. I always loved how, like, I don't know, the enthusiasm behind it, where you're just like proud of something. There's a pride behind certain internet things, you know, like the fake points that you can accrue on certain systems. And it means nothing, but I like people who get excited about things, and that's something they get excited about.
Maybe that's why I like watching reruns of Whose Line Is It Anyways? Because the points don't matter.
Exactly.
Nothing matters on Whose Line.
I love it.
Nothing matters.
Favorite of the comedians at all?
Oh man!
Or can you choose? It's
Wayne
really
Brady is a love of mine.
Such a gem.
And so talented a singer. But ridiculous. I also really like, who is it? Colin, the short bald guy. Colin Mockery is like, I like how you just announcer voiced that you just like
Colin Mockery.
Just gave it to us right
and
there.
And it has to go with Ryan Stiles because they're basically like a duo.
They're a pair. They're a pair.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like, that classic lineup of them and Wayne Brady is just, oh my gosh, match made in heaven. Like, improv heaven.
There is a brush in this. These are Sam Peterson's brushes that I'm using, and there's one called Butter Brush. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna use that one. I'm at the point in this where I've started adding values and stuff, and it's like gone from looking like a sketch of your face to not looking like a sketch of your face, and more like somebody that vaguely resembles you. But after I add more details, then it will begin to look like your face yet again.
I wonder if it'll look like my sister. We don't really look that alike, though.
Oh, well, never mind.
We'll see. I am curious, though. I have drawn myself many a time, and I will tell you, it is not easy. Okay, I've got
never draw myself.
Soft features. It's difficult.
I never draw myself. Every time I draw myself, I'm like, what if I made my nose more the way I want? What if I made myself terrifying? Like every time I'm like mid portrait, I'm like, but what if I did this badly on purpose? Maybe and then people are like, yeah, that doesn't look like you, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right.
No,
that's fair.
I made it who I want.
When I realized I'm not actually capable of illustrating myself, I went another direction. So give me a break.
You're highly capable. It's just really hard to see your own features. It's like when you've been looking at a piece for 12 hours straight, you no longer see what it actually looks like. You just have this amalgamation of what you've seen for 12 hours, basically.
Exactly.
And so you got to step back, which you never really get a break from seeing yourself. I don't know about you, but we're kind of on camera a lot, so it's a little difficult to get a gauge. But I love playing with new styles of painting myself. Like I have my little what do you call it, Behance emblem. I actually went for a profile, guys, and I've never drawn myself in profile because I hate my profile. So it was one of those like embrace your features moments. I don't think it looks exactly like mine, but it's you kind of get, again, like calling out features, the long brown hair, I don't know, I do like winged eyeliner and stuff like that. So like the little touches can kind of make it look like me. I actually put these glasses on it too. But it's not, I don't think that a self-portrait has to be 100% likeness, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's basically all I get to do. Also, Sam is in chat saying, Val, no, it's too buttery. Stop with not the buttery brush. Don't.
The butter is out of control.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, Sam, what have you done? You unleashed the butter.
Now that we've been warned, we have no idea. Like, it's sometimes, like when you don't warn somebody and they have no idea they're doing something terrifying until it's over, and you're like, I can't believe you just did that. Now we understand the breadth of our power.
The butter has been unleashed. Yes, greasy and delicious. Gotta make all the popcorn.
I was about to make an Orville Redenbacher joke, but I was like,
do it! Bring in more brands.
Like, Orville Redenbacher shall be jealous of us these days.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have no competing popcorn brand that I can bring to mind. I was gonna be like, no, it's actually this, but like, no.
No.
Orville Redenbacher has a corner on the market.
That's where it's at. That is where it's at.
I think I have like a Costco size thing of their kernels because I like fresh popcorn, baby.
Like the extra buttery popcorn. It's definitely
extra.
Yes.
I was just talking about this because I was like, I now appreciate how much butter my dad would put on popcorn as I grew up, because I never have it as buttery as when I'm making it. I do very little butter, and he would just have it completely soaked. I'm like, all right, now I know.
Yeah.
He probably put a good stick in there.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's like about what I found about certain family foods. When I like go order it at other places, I'm just like, whoa, you mean you don't inject syrup directly into your French toast like my grandma did?
What you doing? No, it's the job of restaurants to do that, where they have to go as far as they possibly can with flavor, and that's why you go to a restaurant. It's not to be healthy. It's
Flavor
to
Town,
get the flavor.
you might say. Flavor Town. That's
all the way to Flavor Town.
Yeah.
All the way. Not even halfway, just all the way.
So I am, for those in chat that don't know why we're saying these weird things, I am
who doesn't know?
I am talking about Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri seems to me, like, if I could choose, honestly, to meet any celebrity, I would choose Guy Fieri over even Adam Driver. Yeah, I would, because he seems like such a nice guy. And I, like, with the fires that happened a while back, in 2018, I was, like, originally from the Butte County area, and I went to school in Paradise and everything.
Oh, wow.
And, so, like, that, you know, thing that happened was, like, really horrible just for me and my family and my friends, and Guy Fieri showed up. He showed up, guys.
That was your chance.
Yeah,
your time.
I know, but he showed up and he cooked for people for free. He just showed up and made meals, and I was like, "You have my heart, Guy Fieri. You are such a great guy."
You brought us all to Flavor Town.
I did for free. We got yes. So
people can be good.
Yes,
there is good in this
there are heroes among us. Okay.
Oh.
And Guy Fieri is one of those.
What a guy.
Yep. So
that's awesome. I had no idea.
Yep.
Respect.
So, pretty cool dude. Also, man. Stone Cedar in chat saying, my friend did an oil self-portrait via her mirror. When I said it's backwards, she responded, I know I am. So what are you? And I was like, what? All right.
No, I was confused.
All right. That makes sense though,
like
because unless you take pictures of yourself, you would have to do
always
a self-portrait from, you know. I'm like when it comes to streaming, like being a streamer and being an artist and like understanding kind of like the little nuances of people's faces and things. I'm like hyper aware of certain parts of my face, and when I stream, I always have my camera flipped. Because so for instance, right now, you guys can't see. You guys see this lovely background that I have chroma keyed into the stream, but I'm looking at my desk, and I've got my monitors on my desk, and in front of me, I have my Streamlabs OBS open, so I can see the stream, and if I don't flip my monitor, then when I raise my hand, it's not mirrored to me. It would be raising on the other side. So I flip it, so when I look at the stream to make sure everything looks right, it's like a mirror, and if I need to move to the left or to the right, I can move how I need to move on the camera instead of moving to the left and realizing I went the other direction. So I've gotten really used to looking at my face in a particular orientation, you know?
Totally.
And as soon as my camera is flipped, like if somebody else hosts a segment that I'm on and they don't flip the camera, I'm like, whoa, why is my face different? This is weird.
I've never seen myself like this.
Yeah, it's like somebody flipped the canvas on my own head, and I don't like it. I hate it.
That's so weird that like you have a preferential flip.
I have
it's not even
my
just
good
like a
side,
it's like,
and my side that I don't acknowledge as part of my face.
You're two-faced, but like half-face.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm one half-face. What a villain. Oh, you'll never see it.
I just like think of like the College Humor like Two-Face skit with the Harvey scary face was just here.
Oh my gosh.
Where's he at? And oh my gosh. Also, we got Melancholy Megan in the chat, and every time I see Melancholy Megan, I always love that name because it's kind of like VooDoo Val. It's kind of like
you got something and alliteration.
Yeah, we got like a little thing going on. So I always see Megan, and I think, there is my kindred spirit in the chat. It is good to see you, Megan. I'm glad that you came to hang out with us.
Whoop, whoop. And I also saw that my buddy Shauna Parmesan is also in the chat. Thank you, Sam, for shouting these out, by the way.
Now I get to actually say her nickname I have for her without having to type it and hope people pronounce it right. Mama Shauna Parmesana in the chat. I am so excited you're here.
Wow, you've been holding on to that one and being
I have.
Yes,
it's
someday.
been like a couple of months since I've been able to like say that at her.
Oh my god, at her.
Say it.
Shauna, I'm saying it at you.
Yes. That is exactly what this is about. So yeah, I that's like I was like, oh, because a lot of people have trouble pronouncing her last name.
Yeah.
Which is Panchezin, if I'm not mistaken. She's done like tutorials on how to say her last name. So if I don't know it now, it's my fault. And she's been on Adobe Live like trying to explain people what it is, and after a while she's like, I'm just gonna write Parmesan. It's
fine.
Yeah, I'll just put Parmesan here. And so I was like, oh, there's so many rhyme opportunities. Rhyme opportunities? Okay.
Yeah.
This
sure.
is...
It's a stretch. It's fine. It's fine.
No, this works. I like it. I'm here for it. I'm very happy with this.
What kind of clothing should I give you?
Ooh, I don't know. First of all, I have to say that the pose and everything here is fabulous. I don't know if those are 2 lightsabers or double-sided lightsaber.
I was wondering whether I wanted double-side or if I should give you like a cool shape where, it can't just be a lightsaber, of course.
You could give me like Darth Maul vibes. You could give me like Darth Maul double-sided like red lightsabers.
I'm so down. I could add like so many horns if you want them.
Yes.
And then be just Darth Maul-y. But like clothing-wise, that's one of the questions I have.
I would be super stoked about having like Sith robes, like just like dark robes, but stylish, like
oh yeah, make it Sith but style.
Yeah, okay. Make it more stylish. That's my hovering art director add in there.
Of course.
But honestly, like, people always ask me, like, Val, why are you, like, always, like, talking about Sith Lords and the bad guys? And I'm like, number one, they're way better dressed. And number two, way better dressed. Like, way better dressed. Because Obi-Wan always shows up, like, in his terry cloth bathrobe. And he's like, hi, I've been in the desert for many, many years.
Hello.
And then Darth Maul, like, reveals himself from his hood and is like, check out this stuff I just got from Zara, yo. Check out the new Zara line 2020. Look at this. And I'm like, okay, Darth Maul, all right, you looking fly. I see you. I like it.
I see that, and I love it.
I see where you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Darth Maul.
Absolutely.
Like
oh my gosh. So my brother, little brother, he was very obsessed with Darth Maul as a kid, and he was very artistically inclined from very early on. But yeah, of course, yeah. You're just like, but
scary,
why?
But that's fine.
But for Halloween one year, when he was probably like, I don't know, 6, he painted his entire face exactly as Darth Maul with the like red and black, and it looked so cool. And I was like, how? And he just spent forever getting the lines exactly perfect, and it was just so impressive. So yeah, that's I have a special appreciation for Darth Maul because of that, where he was like, that looks cool. And I feel like if you could get people excited just by the design of a character, I mean, you're winning.
Pretty
already.
Amazing. I think so. I have a buddy that streams on Twitch. He streams a lot of like games and like Star Wars themed stuff. And his name is Darth Call, and he does the Darth Maul makeup almost every broadcast.
No
way. Yeah, like he streams.
No
he has a baseball cap that he wears on backwards, and the baseball cap has the horns in it, so he paints his face.
Oh, that's so cool!
And then he puts the cap on backwards, and it looks really cool. So I definitely have like a super appreciation for people that can like sit and do like that kind of face paint for a long time. Like, because I've done like cosplay and face paint before. I love doing that sort of thing, but it is work. It's serious work. I think
intense.
It is, really. And I think, like, the thing for me that was, like, the most, like, oh my gosh, this is not what I thought it was going to be when I first started doing cosplays. I actually did a cosplay here on Adobe Live some time ago where I, like, cosplay the, like, dark elf version of myself. And I had, like, I painted myself purple, and I put on a wig, and I had, like, purple prosthetic ears. And I realized when I put the makeup on that my face looked really flat, so I had to go and get eyeshadows in various colors and use the eyeshadows as, like, regular makeup to do, like, contouring, because you
around your face.
Yeah, because you can't put regular makeup on when you paint yourself purple or blue or green or whatever. So
you don't have purple foundation? What are you even doing?
Exactly. So I was like, oh, I have to, like, find a way to make myself look like I have a real purple face, and it was hard to do. So anybody that does that stuff, I'm just like, wow, you are very talented.
For sure. That is awesome. I mean, it's good to know that kind of stuff, even just for appreciation's sake. Like, going to a convention and you see so many people doing cosplay, you're like, wow, okay, this is, like, it looks cool, but then you realize how much each individual person put into just being ready for that day. I just want to, like, have a photo shoot with every single one of them and be like, it's really worth it, trust me.
I stop them all the time, and I'm just like, I have done a painting of the character that you were cosplaying. Please come hug me so I can post on social media and pretend like I know you.
I love it. Yes, I love it so much. Oh my gosh.
Megan says, how would you describe your art style?
For which one?
We were just talking about this before stream. I would say I'm like semi-realism, I think, because, like, I have like a bit of, like, realistic flair to my work, but I don't do, like, extra realistic stuff all the time, mostly because it takes a long time, as you can see. Like, it's just starting to, like, finally form into Anna's face, and we've been here for 42 minutes.
Oh my gosh, time goes so fast on
here. I can't believe it.
Insane.
But you have like kind of a really nice like plethora of kind of art styles and stuff. Anna, do we lose you just now? Oh, you glitched for just a second. I was like,
oh, did I?
Oh no! Come back to
I was waiting for you to say something, a good plethora, and then I was like, are you trying to find the word?
No, a good plethora of, like, different styles and stuff that you kind of work with. Yeah, so how do you categorize your art when somebody asks you, like, what do you do?
I usually say children's book work because that's what I actively usually want to get hired for. But there is the question of, like, whether you should only be one thing. I fight against that all the time.
Nice.
Because I think part of what makes art the best is that you shouldn't be pigeonholed into anything. We are actively setting the standards for our own industry. So if we want something to change it. One really easy thing to change is just the idea that you have to be one part of art to get hired. Kyle Webster is a perfect example of, you don't have to stick with one style to get hired. Yep. I know that he's hugely famous and, like, oh, it's hard, like, easy to do when you're a very famous artist and things like that, but it's true on any level. If you have the skill set, if you have a piece that shows, or multiple pieces that show that you can do the work that somebody's looking for, then you don't have to make every single thing look exactly the same in your portfolio. I'm a big proponent of that. Of course, you can have your own opinions on it. But
no, I agree.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, like, some people, it depends on your experience in the industry, how you feel about that. I have had a remarkably easy time of things compared to some people. So I do feel for that, where it's like my answer might not be everybody's answer. But what I have done is I've done children's book work and painterly kind of work. And the painterly stuff is more stylized in kind of the Val's way, where it's not, when you say realism, it's just in comparison to, like, cartoons, basically, where it's like, it's not full realism. You're still choosing to design these features, but it's closer to reality than, say, like, I don't know, Courage the Cowardly Dog or something like that.
Yeah.
So for that kind of stuff, I basically just have two sections of my portfolio on my website. One is just my children's book work, which is my front page. And then you can go to my paintings part of my website, and that is my painterly stuff. So I've gotten hired for both. And I don't think there's a limit to what you can do. But I want to do more children's book work. And then in the future, I also want to branch out into other things. I want to do middle grade book covers. I want to do surface design, which is like designing patterns for clothing and book covers and, like, all sorts of stuff, wrapping paper, whatever.
Yeah. Like textile-y kind of.
Exactly,
cool
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So There's a
I'm
plethora
like
of work you can get.
totally into that, and I love that you are so open with like the idea that you don't have to do just one thing, because for me personally, I love to write. I love to write stories, and
Heck yeah.
and I like to write like mostly like high fantasy, or like I like comedy horror a lot. Like terrifying, awful stuff that's also really funny.
That is hilarious. I love that.
I love doing that, but like nobody ever, like they'll they come and look at my portfolio and just be like, oh cool, you draw, and I'm like, I also write, and they're like, but you draw, and I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not
I do it all. Absolutely. I know. It's so funny how like brains just want to compartmentalize, and this is a part of just being a human being. But especially in the industry, when art director is looking at your work, they don't want to have to use their imagination. A lot of times that's why people ask for tests. They're like, I think you can do it, but I'm not sure until you just like do it.
So that's an interesting thing, by the way, that you mentioned like tests. So I've never done like a serious like art test for a job. Majority of my work has been like purely freelance, and very specific to me, and not necessarily me like applying for a position someplace where I have to provide like, here's a brand new thing that I did specifically for this job so that you guys can see that I am doing this. It's usually like, here's some existing work that I've already done. If you like this, then hire me, that sort of thing.
Right.
And from what I understand, like doing art tests for positions can be like really daunting. Like the people that I have talked to about it. What is that? What, like, have you done that, and what is that like? Like,
I've definitely done art tests for sure. It is, to me, it's basically just a commission where it's just like a tiny little, usually they're like, okay, either draw the characters in a style. What I like is when they come to me and say, draw it in your style. We want to see what you would do with these characters. And that's exactly, actually, I just had a book drop, which Val, if you have not seen, I can't remember if you commented on it or not, but I just had a book release that's actually in the Star Wars universe.
Clearly I did not see it.
Yeah, it's the first children's book for Galaxy's Edge, and it's called Ellie and Me, and it's super, super cute. We just have a cover reveal right now, and that's on my Instagram if you want to see it.
Oh my gosh, I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, thanks. But the cool thing about that was they actually gave me a test for it, and they paid me for that test, which is another huge thing I want to say is, like, if there is a company asking you for a test, then I would strongly urge you to just ask for it to be paid, if nothing else, because a lot of times, especially with big companies, they can't afford it. And so you just have to kind of ask and say, hey, I would like to be paid for my time. It doesn't have to be $1 million, but like, please, I don't work for free.
Because that's why I was asking, is because I've known a lot of people who did like free art tests, and
it's a rough
I'm like, that sounds bizarre to me, because sometimes they can last like a month if they keep giving you stages and things.
You cannot have creep in the scope of the project. That is a big no-no for sure. Yeah, if you are, they should be giving you a contract to say like, hey, this is what we're asking you to do. Contracts aren't as scary as they sound, by the way. They're basically just saying like, everybody understands what's going to be expected here.
Yeah, and you're protected. Also, it's up, by the way, the Ellie and Me Star Wars book cover. That is absolutely gorgeous and amazing. Please check this out. This is on Anna's Instagram, which is Instagram.com/Anna Daviscourt. I don't want this to sound patronizing or anything. I'm freaking proud of you. I know you are a wonderful and capable, fabulous person, but this is so freaking cool to me. I'm proud of you. I know everyone else in the chat is proud of you. You should be stoked. This is lit.
I am super stoked.
Like, I'm trying not to like have like a big sister, big girl moment, but I'm pumped
totally
for this. This is
I
so neat.
totally feel you. It's a huge milestone for me, because I only have been in the children's book industry for so long, and it's just, it's huge. And again, it wouldn't be able to have happened without the creative residency. So if you guys don't know about that, Google Adobe Creative Residency.
Check
but also
it out.
This year, we have the Community Residency Fund, which is a $1 million fund towards artists who can apply. Anybody can apply. It's basically like month to month. They are hiring different groups of artists for different things. So it could be either they commission you for a project or they give you money to fulfill your personal project. So it could be anywhere from $500 to $5,000. Apply. Do that thing.
That's awesome.
Also next year, hopefully, I don't know, if COVID changes, then we might have the fund again. We might have the residency come back full force. Who knows what's going to happen, but whatever they're putting up, take advantage of it, because it's truly life-changing, whatever it is. Just the opportunity to make art for money can be a really hard stepping stone for people to get, so I want you all to get that.
Yep. And I think also I want to, number one, I want to point out we have like a few minutes left, which is bizarre to me.
Yeah, I know, it went so fast.
Totally crazy. But also, I can honestly say, like, I think in my career, you know, during my career, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of different kinds of people, and do a lot of different things. And I think, like, the opportunity and the experience of working with Adobe has been like so incredibly wholesome and honest, so that whenever I'm like repping them and talking about the stuff that they do, I don't feel like I'm like saying some good stuff about a company. I'm like talking about stuff that I'm passionate about, you know? And so what Anna says is totally true. Take advantage of the stuff that they offer, because it's really, really wonderful. And I know that if they could, you know, if they were able to, they'd help each and every one of us. But you know, not realistic to do. But they try, like their darndest to share resources with people. Obviously, we have Adobe Live, and so all of the opportunities that, you know, we can take advantage of for like presenting you guys with like free training and online help and stuff like that. We do that. And with the residency, just the sheer fact, like, because I honestly thought, I was like, because I applied for the residency. I have a few times. And it's like kind of a huge big thing, like, to get chosen, because so many people apply and then so few get chosen. But I thought that it was just over and done with, like, once all this stuff happened, and then they were like, surprise, we still got your back. Look at what we're doing.
I'm so glad that whoever was involved in that decision, thank you, because the reason that they have a fund is to help as many artists as possible through this really hard time. Like, that's a wholesome thought. To be like, hey, we have this money, how can we actually get it to people the most effectively? And usually they do pick a few, which is really, really impactful, and it's a wonderful thing. But they recognize that this year it was going to be better used for the bigger amount of people. And so it's super important to take advantage, like, just be that artist who gets a leg up because of it. And I'm telling you, once you work with Adobe, it's not like they kick you out the door either. It's like they recognize that you are an amazing artist and really fun to work with, and it's not necessarily that it's just a one-time thing. So it's really wonderful that they're like reaching out to artists basically and gathering that roster of awesome people to work with.
Yeah, and it's just like such an awesome experience just to watch from afar and like kind of see all of these people, because you're right, like I being able to work with Adobe for like the last handful of years has been like super awesome, and I've seen so many return faces, like people who, I mean, like, this is a perfect example, right? It's like I used to be on Twitch and now I get to be here, and then you were doing the creative residency and now we're chilling on Adobe Live, you know?
I know.
I see people come back and, like, you know, they really foster,
and they're cool people. It's like, I saw that person like 2 years ago in the green room of actual Adobe Live, and now it's like, oh yeah, I don't know, they just keep coming back, and it is a small art world, so it's really nice when you meet nice people and get to actually work with them again.
Yeah, and I will concede I am a fangirl, okay? I am an Adobe fangirl, but not without reason.
Same, I know.
Not without reason.
That's exactly it. I've been talking a lot about the brilliance of fresco over the past few days, because I was doing a Lightbox talk in fresco, and I always feel like I'm saying like, oh, I'm totally an ad right now, but
it's real.
Not without reason. Yeah, it's like an amazing program, and it's free. You should try it out, and like, you know, it just spread the good word.
Yep. Well, guys, I think we are just about out of time. We got just a couple minutes here left, which is insane to me.
Absolutely.
I've actually come to like a pretty good point with this painting. I think
I really want to see what you're doing.
I know. I don't know if you can pull up the stream at all, because I'm about to full screen and then flip over. Let me see.
My screen keeps on loading. I don't know why, but it's just not. Like, I can see the chat. Hi, guys. But I can't see the stream for some reason. But I would love. We're coming back tomorrow.
Yes, we are coming back tomorrow, and I can also like email you or post on.
Oh yeah, media. And I can watch back the stream. I'm sure it'll work.
So I basically have like just like the values and like main points in right now, and then tomorrow I'll make it look more personal and start adding some cool like fantasy vibes to it.
Excellent.
But this is as far as I got, and yours looks amazing, and I love how I look so much.
We're gonna add like 10 times more magic tomorrow. It's gonna be a thing.
I'm loving it.
And like textures and handmade drawing qualities, all that stuff. It's gonna be great.
So thank you all for checking us out. Tyler, paint in the chat. Good to see you, Tyler. We are gonna take off. But we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time for our second installation of these illustrations. Anna, it has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. You are fabulous and wonderful.
Just want to give you a hug. You know how I feel.
Bring it in,
awesome.
Anna. Bring it in.
You too, Chad. Get in here.
Come on, everybody. All right, we are going to get cut off, so I have to end the stream.
All right, bye.
But you guys are great. So
remember
we will see you tomorrow. Adios, everyone.
Tomorrow.